Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, I'm going to be seeing a video today. I'm taking you guys all the way to Kazan in Russia. All right, and this video is titled I visited the cleanest city in the world, Kazan, Russia. All right, I'm really excited. I am curious. I really want to see this part of Russia. All right, so if you're curious and excited to see this with me, please subscribe. And if you find this video interesting, do what to like, share, and subscribe. All right, so guys, let's jump in.
Getting late to my train. As you can see, there's a train. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I am in this beautiful city called Kazan. I've heard a lot about this wonderful city and I thought, why not take you along with me to enjoy and explore.
Okay, I think I've done a reaction about Kazan before, so let's check this out and see.
Let's go. This isn't my first train ride around Russia, but this one was a real surprise. It's a two-story train. Can you imagine? My compartment is on the
Two-story
second
train,
floor, which is usually 4 berths, but here we only have 2. Just look at the interior.
Are you guys serious?
The table is big.
Is this a train?
Everything you need is included in the ticket price. The train guide.
I'm sorry guys, I need to say this. Is this like a VIP train? Because it actually looks comfy, looks like you can even sleep inside, you can even dine, like eat and drink. Like it's really so shocking to see. I've not seen this in all the Moscow metro station reactions that I've been doing. So this looks like a very different side of Russia. Interesting. A two-step train. Oh wow. I've never actually seen a two-step train. This is the first two-step train I'll be seeing, and it's in Kazan. So beautiful.
Came to ask us what we wanted for breakfast. Turns out tickets in these carriages include breakfast, which you can choose in advance. The guide brings
Are
it
you
to
guys
you in the
serious?
morning at a specific time. It was really cool. The night flew by. We had a delicious breakfast.
Wow.
And arrived in Kazan. I've just arrived in Kazan, and this is 6 o'clock in the morning. Now I'll be heading to the hotel. I loaded my things onto the transfer bus and we headed to the hotel. These are the first shots of the city, and I must admit, I don't know much about the buildings in the frame, but I am really enjoying everything so far. I chose a 3-star hotel, inexpensive but clean and cozy. Here is my room. It's for 2, and it's simple but comfortable enough for a night stay. By the way, there is a Swedish table served at the restaurant in the hotel. Well, that's not the main thing. Let's go for a walk around the city. I left my things at the hotel and headed back to the city center, where the Kremlin and most of the attractions are located. The first thing I noticed in Kazan is that the city is bursting with flowers. Everywhere you look, there are flower decorations, and there are many of them here. Well, this is the famous Kazan Kremlin right in front of me. Unlike the Moscow Kremlin, for instance, it's pure white. You can also see the famous Kul Sharif Mosque.
Okay, I'm confused. He said this is the Kazan Kremlin. All right, I know I've reacted to a video about Kremlin before, and it's in Moscow. All right, they say that's where the president stays. That's like the White House, the Russian White House, so to speak. And getting to hear that there's another Kremlin in Kazan. Is it that every city in Russia has a Kremlin? Please let me know, because I'm really confused. Like, okay, unlike in America, we have just one White House, right? But here now, I know they have Kremlin in Moscow. And getting to hear and see that they have Kremlin in Kazan is really confusing. So let me know in the comment section why they have Kremlin in Moscow and in Kazan. Like, let me know. Is it that every city has a Kremlin? So anytime the president finds himself in any city, there's a Kremlin that he can actually stay. I'm confused, and it's okay for you to insult me, but I'm just confused and I just need explanation. All right, so let's go back to the video.
I'll talk about that later when we enter the Kremlin territory. Now, I need to climb a few stairs, and I think it's good for a traveler like me.
Wow. Looks like this one is even bigger than the one in Moscow.
There is a vast,
The one in Moscow
spacious
have
territory
gold
here.
design,
Everything
golden
is so
design
white,
everywhere. So let's see
monumental,
if
and beautiful. Unlike
I don't know if he's
Moscow
going to be
Kremlin,
going inside
entrance
the
to Kazan
Kremlin here, but
is completely free. Just walk through the gate and enter. There are information boards on the walls of the Kremlin. You can read which tower you are passing by at the moment, learn historical facts, and so on. By the way, here you can buy excursions, both within the Kremlin and in the...
This is really interesting, and Russia never ceases to amaze me. All right, like the White House. The White House is usually secure. Like, it's not just anyone that can actually walk around it or like even go close to it. But getting to see that here, people can actually walk in. All right, and it says the entrance is free. Interesting.
City. If you want to learn more, you can find a guide and get detailed information. The architecture of these fortresses tells us about their original function: to protect people from military raids by various forces. Behind these walls, it was possible to reliably hide and wait out difficult times. Here is what the Kremlin wall looks like from the inside. As you can see, they are not as snow white as we can see them from the outside. You can climb the walls, and there are special places used for shooting and fighting back the enemy. It's so beautiful inside the Kremlin. For example, here is an interesting old house that caught my attention. Unfortunately, I don't know what kind of building it is, but it looks very interesting, and it's clear that it has some fascinating history. I also don't know how old it is, but feel free to let me know in the comment section if you know. Well, we finally reached the crown jewel of the Kazan Kremlin, the Kul Sharif Mosque. Let me tell you a bit about it. In 1552, when Ivan the Terrible marched into Kazan with his army, the city lay in ruins. The relentless fire of war and the mosque couldn't withstand the onslaughts. It was reduced to ashes. Centuries passed, and in 1995, a competition was held to determine the best design for the mosque's reconstruction. The chosen contractor began the construction in 1996 and completed it by 2005, just in time to commemorate the 1000th anniversary of Kazan. The mosque was built with utmost care and attention to detail. Carpets for interior decorations were a gift from Iran. Granite and marbles were sourced from the Urals. Stucco stained glass windows and a 5-tone chandelier were crafted in the Czech Republic. The Kul Sharif Mosque is not just a place of worship, but also a museum that narrates the rich history of Islam in the Volga region. Right here near the Kremlin walls, there are small shopping spots where you might find some souvenirs, but I didn't stop there. Instead, I decided to head straight on the Kremlin wall. And here before me stands the observation tower, a relic of the past that once served as a lookout for enemies from afar. As you can see, it stands elevated above the Kremlin wall, providing a strategic vantage point for shooting. Let's try it out just with a camera. So let's climb up there and see what it's like from the top. The tower is entirely made of wood, and on the walls you'll find old maps and various historical references. And here is the ladder which leads to the very top. It's steep and quite inconvenient to climb. Well, I think it's risky to go up there with the camera. To be honest, it's quite uncomfortable. In some places I had to crawl on the floors to get there. But hey, it was worth it. What a breathtaking view up here. You can see the entire city spread out before you. The first thing that struck me about Kazan is its exceptional cleanliness. All the cities I've visited in Russia are clean, but Kazan takes it to a whole new level. This is a significant advantage
this is so beautiful.
The spaciousness and grandeur of the city
so clean.
are remarkable. The view is simply stunning.
This is so beautiful.
Well, friends, we've had enough of the views from the walls of the Kremlin. Now I must descend. And as you can see, this is a challenging task, especially with a camera in hand. But I managed to get used to it and made it down safely. Now I continue my journey through the territory of the Kazan Kremlin. In front of me stands the Syumbike Tower, the watchtower of the Kazan Kremlin, and it's the main attraction among the historical objects. It's one of those buildings that spark debates among historians. Some believe it was built in the 16th century during the Kazan Khan's reign, while others argue it was constructed in the 17th century when the territory of Kazan had already become part of the Moscow Principality. A legend tells us that the tower was built by the queen to commemorate her husband, Safagire. There are other tales that suggest hidden treasures and ancient scrolls within its walls. Unfortunately, the truth behind these claims remains elusive. As you can see, the territory of the Kazan Kremlin is vast and diverse, housing historical objects of varying degrees of preservation. However, they are all in excellent condition, reflecting the care and attention they've received from different historical eras. It's heartwarming to witness the preservation of these
This is
artifacts
so
for future
cool. Everywhere is
generations.
just so
Kazan
clean.
is a beautiful
Interested?
city with a rich history. It's a popular destination for tourists and locals alike who come to stroll along its picturesque streets and admire its stunning architecture. As I left Kazan Kremlin, I was struck by the vastness and the grandeur. The city's streets are lined with well-groomed, beautiful old buildings, each with its own unique charm. It's a sight to behold, and I couldn't help but feel like I was still on the grounds of a historical construction. One of the things that sets Kazan apart is its cleanliness. There is no litter anywhere, which suggests that people here take great pride in their city. It's a refreshing sight, and it makes Kazan a pleasant place to be. Another thing I noticed is the abundance of trees and flowers throughout the city. Kazan is a green city. The city's parks and gardens are a haven for nature lovers.
This is so
They
good.
offer a peaceful escape from the bustle of the city. Yeah, right now I'm at the street called Bauman, and this is the most famous street here in Kazan. And as you can see, it looks a little bit like Nikolsky Street in Moscow, very vibrant with a lot of people. As I wandered through the streets, I came across a variety of summer cafes, each with its own unique charm. There is something for everyone, from cozy cafes to trendy rooftop bars. And if you're looking for something to do, there are plenty of options as well. There are parks, museums, and even a few amusement parks. As I continue my walk, I couldn't help but notice the contrast between the Kazan Kremlin and the rest of the city. The Kremlin is a Muslim state, while the rest of Kazan is a secular city. This contrast is evident in the architecture, the atmosphere, and the overall feel of the city.
Oh. Oh wow, this is really beautiful to see. Kazan is really clean. And I also learned that Kazan is actually a city of both Christian and Muslim, which makes it really incredible. All right, the first time I heard about Kazan, I thought it's actually a Muslim city alone, but getting to know that it's actually for both Muslim and Christian makes it really interesting. Okay.
One of the most unique sights in Kazan is the Fountain of the Birds. It's a beautiful fountain
Interesting.
that features stunned birds, but the funny thing I noticed was that there were real feathers floating in the water. Interesting.
Wow.
Kazan's public transport buses are red, unlike St. Petersburg and Moscow's blue buses. Now, let's explore the underground. Yes, Kazan has a subway, though it's not extensive. It operates efficiently and is highly popular. Comparing Kazan subway to the Moscow subway, Moscow's subway lacks selling points like kiosks and vending machines. Kazan subway, on the other hand, has ATMs and vending machines selling snacks, drinks, and other items. The Kazan metro station caught my attention with its sparse information board, lacking train arrival information. Trains arrive frequently, but I wish there was a board to know how long to wait for the next one. Reaching my destination, I found the metro station simpler and less ostentatious than the previous one. It was clean, well lit, and spacious. An interesting feature caught my eye. Kazan's escalators, unlike Moscow's, don't start moving until you step on them. Initially, I thought I'd have to climb them on foot, as in Moscow sometimes. But no, they immediately began
Wow,
moving, which
this is
delighted
so
me.
beautiful.
Perhaps this energy-saving feature is unique to
It's so
Kazan's
clean.
escalators. If you know this feature, share it in the comments. Another notable aspect of Kazan's metro is its short distances between stations. Why do they even have a subway when everything is so close? By the way, look, what an interesting road surface. It's very high quality and visually appealing. Right in front of me stands a rather peculiar architectural landmark in Kazan. It's a building that is both strange to me and to the locals, yet it draws attention and is worth mentioning. This building is known as the Kazan Family Center or the Kazan Wedding Palace. The locals affectionately call it the Chashka, which means cauldron in Russian. The shape of this building indeed resembles a cooking cauldron, but it has no connection to Kazan's culinary heritage. Instead, it serves as the city's registry office. The Chashka was constructed in 2013 and has since welcomed hundreds of joyous couples into its halls. As a result, it has become a popular tourist destination, attracting visitors from all over the country. The building's architecture is truly captivating. Now, if you're feeling adventurous, you can ascend to the observation deck, which stands at an impressive height of 32 meters. From there, you will be rewarded with breathtaking views of the city and the Kazanka River. However, I must admit that I've had enough climbs today, so I opted to skip the observation deck. But keep in mind that the views from above are truly spectacular. One interesting aspect of the Chashka's territory is the absence of sculptures depicting family couples and their kids. Instead, you'll find winged griffins and other enigmatic creatures. I'm not sure how these creatures are connected to the concept of family, but perhaps this unique feature adds to the building's charm. This is the Palace of Farmers, or the Agricultural Palace. Opinions on this building vary wildly. Some admire its architecture, while others consider it one of the worst buildings in modern Russia. Kazan is a city where two cultures intertwine seamlessly, and this is evident in its architecture. While some may disagree, I believe the Agricultural Palace is a visually appealing addition to the ensemble. The palace's architectural style stands out, though it may not align with the traditional Kazan Kremlin. However, its facade finishing is noteworthy, a rare quality in modern buildings of similar style. Beyond its architectural significance, the palace offers a captivating experience, especially when viewed at night. As I continue my exploration, I find myself surrounded by ordinary residential buildings that exude a sense of charm and presentability. Kazan's unique features lies in its coexistence of two distinct cultures. Just across the road from the Orthodox Church stands a mosque. I had the privilege to enter in the mosque to share this interior with you. Now let's take a moment to admire the Palace of the Farmers in the dim light. The arc with its striking tree is a captivating sight, almost as if it leads to another world. Here are a few more breathtaking views of the Kazan Kremlin. The flower beds are a feast for the eyes. Their fragrance fills the air. Despite the September weather, the city remains a haven for beauty, with blooming flowers and lush greenery. My walk through Kazan has come to an end, but I'm certain that there are many more sights to discover. However, I've made a mental note to return to this enchanting city and delve deeper into its wonders. I hope you enjoy this glimpse into Kazan's charm. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more captivating vlogs from fascinating places in Russia. Until next time, goodbye.
Wow, this is really wonderful. I had a great time checking this video out. Like, it's really amazing getting to see this part of Russia, getting to see Kazan and know how beautiful it is, how clean it is, how peaceful it is. This is really wonderful. So if you're out there saying Kazan is not clean, you really need to see this video, all right? And there are lots of videos about Kazan out there that you can actually watch and see how clean Kazan is, all right? Thank you for suggesting this video. See you guys on my next one. Bye.